Welcome to week 6 of my Mallorca training vlog, where I'm outlining the training that I'm doing to get me fit for a week-long cycling trip to Mallorca in late September. But I'm also training to do the Isle of Wight randonnée, which is coming up in about 7 weeks' time. So apart from the usual ticking over with the spinning and the Zwifting, I was fortunate enough to go out and do a single road ride just before the weather closed in on Saturday. So that ride was actually quite a long one for me at the moment. It was 50 kilometres, and if you've been watching this vlog you'll know that that's been one of my kind of short-term targets. I haven't done a 50 kilometre ride since last May, so it was quite a milestone for me. The route I chose was out to a place called Fishbourne, and I deliberately chose this route because while it wasn't exactly easy, it's not completely flat, there were a couple of little undulating climbs on it. I needed something that was going to challenge me but not challenge me too much. Like I said, I haven't ridden 50 kilometres for many months now, so I thought I would kind of ease myself into it a little bit. Now, the rationale that I used when I was actually on the bike was trying to keep my cadence as close to 90 revs as I possibly could, and trying to keep my heart rate kind of between 70 and 80% of my maximum. And for the first half of the ride, that went really well. I felt pretty good, and you know, I thought, yeah, I've got this. But then as the ride carried on, I could see that my heart rate was starting to elevate, and it was getting more and more difficult to keep it below kind of 75%. It's still within my kind of limit, but you know, 70% is kind of a nice tick over area. But I could see that that it was going sort of more 75 to 80%, and sometimes on the little climbs that was there, it was going above 80%. Now this actually said to me that I was getting tired. Needless to say, this was a little bit frustrating. Having been riding for as long as I have, you know, you have these certain images of yourself as being a bit fitter than you actually are, and back in the day 50 kilometres was no great shakes for me to ride, and when I say back in the day, I'm talking maybe 5 years ago, so that wasn't that long ago. But on Friday, I have to admit, I did find it a little challenging, and yeah, I quite surprised myself at how hard it was. But if I was to put my thinking head on, you know, it wasn't really that bad. I haven't ridden 50 kilometres, like I say, in almost a year, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get my fitness back. And when I was actually on the ride, I just had to have a word with myself and say, look, just focus on your cadence, keep your heart rate where it is, just try and get up this next climb and get yourself home. So the plan for the next couple of weeks is to consolidate the 50 kilometres that I have achieved. So just build on that and then try and aim for my next milestone, which is going to be 70 kilometres. And I hopefully will be able to do that in about 3 weeks' time. Once I can ride 70 kilometres, that's going to be my kind of base training ride. So every time I go out, I'm going to aim to ride 70 kilometres. I won't be extending that, although I will be riding one-off rides of, you know, 100 kilometres and hopefully 100 miles at some point. And my general rule of thumb is that you can ride one-offs at about 150% of your normal training ride. So if you've been watching my other films, you'll know that I've been thinking about the power to weight ratio, and you know, I've always been fighting an on-off battle with weight myself. So I've been trying to eat healthily over the last couple of weeks. I've managed to lose a minuscule amount, like 1 kilo. At least it's going in the right direction, so I just need to carry on with the healthy eating, and then hopefully by the time I get to the Isle of Wight randonnée, I'd have lost a bit more weight, and then ultimately when I get to Mallorca, I'll be a fair bit lighter than I am at the moment, and then that will help me up the climbs. So now it's back to you. Are you training for an event? If you are, perhaps you could let me know how it's all going in the comments below. If you found this film useful, please like and share. And if you'd like to get the most out of your cycling, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. You can do so by clicking on any of the subscribe buttons, and don't forget to click the little bell icon so you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching.